So for that price, this is so good. So what's the catch? Let's find out. And welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at a different set of gaming headphones, true wireless headphones I should say, also from AliExpress. I paid €4.10. So for that price, let's see what you get. As usual, your short USB-C cable and your manual. I'll just leave it there for you so you can read it. Let's look at the buds. Okay, so taking a look at the case. Okay, like I said, it was €4.10, so I guess I shouldn't expect too much. Okay, I'm guessing it's really empty, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna charge it. I'm gonna test it out for a bit, and then I will get back to you. So believe it or not, it's actually 2 months later. I just didn't have time to finish up this video. So let's run over the specs one more time. It's Bluetooth 5.2, no ANC, no ambient mode, and no IPX rating. But of course it wasn't to be expected. Let's take a look at the comfort. And while I do prefer stem style, in this case I actually don't. For some reason it's not that comfortable. Maybe it's because it doesn't stick out that much, so it does touch my skin, but after a while I didn't really notice it anymore. So what about connection? Connection is not always really stable. It does drop out from time to time, but it's still usable. And what about the battery life? Well, let's talk about the charging time first. Charging the buds alone in the case take 55 minutes, and charging the case and the buds will take you 1 hour and 25 minutes. And what about the battery life? Well, playing at 50%, I got 2 hours and 24 minutes. Playing at 65%, I got 2 hours and 26 minutes. And playing in gaming mode, I got 2 hours and 32 minutes. Confusing a little bit. So what about the controls? Well, it's touch control, and you can control everything basically. Play, pause, forward, backward. Going into gaming mode, to get into gaming mode, you really have to give it 4 firm taps, not those light little touches, but 4 firm taps to get it into gaming mode. Only thing is the volume is switched around, so turning it up is on the left side and turning it down is on the right side, so it might take some getting used to. So I'm not a gamer, so I didn't test it out gaming, but I did test it with music. And what can you expect if you're going to listen to music? Well, in my opinion, it's actually very good. Not good on a Sony level or a Samsung, but just for what it is, and for the category it's in, and for the price, €4.10, I was genuinely surprised at how good it was. There's a little bit of everything. There's a little bass, some mids, some highs. It's not deep bass, it's not crispy sounding, but it's just good enough. It doesn't stand out anywhere, but it's just good enough for what it is. So if you don't have demands, deep bass, crispy, mids, etc., it should be good enough. So, and I tried different genres, and I can honestly say I was enjoying my music a bit. If you're coming from something like a Samsung and you go to this one, it's gonna sound terrible. But if you just use it for a long time and you don't compare to other things, it's actually gonna sound okay. If you can keep the price in mind and keep the category in mind. Of course, it's not all good, because if you look at the build quality is average, not even average. The bud fell on the floor. It fell from 1 meter and it opened. So I just clicked it back together. So maybe if it falls a few more times, it is gonna break to the point that you can't really click it back together. But for that price, I mean, you know what to expect. Anyway, so also, because it's 2024, I am aware it's a cheap product and I don't know how it was made, if kids were involved or anything. I am aware of that, so just want to touch on that. That's why I'm not telling you to go and buy it. I didn't ask him to make it. It's already out, so that's why I'm taking a look at it. So if you can live with that, I think it's actually quite okay for what you're paying. So I'm going to do a quick comparison to the M25. If you look at looks, design, I prefer the M25. It's just way cooler, especially with the light, and I do prefer the case. Battery life is about the same. Comfort, while I do prefer stem style, in this case I would go with the M25. It's just way more comfortable. It's lighter. But when it comes to music, I would definitely choose this one, because while the M25 is really good with the mids, this one is just better all around. Like I say, a little bass, some mids, some highs. And the M25 is more about vocals, and this one is more rounded. So that's my review. That's my opinion. I'm not saying to go and get it. And keep in mind the build quality. That's the biggest drawback, of course, but that's to be expected. So if you can live with all of those things, and you are thinking about picking up, and you are wondering if it's worth getting, at least you know my opinion. All right, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. So what I forgot to mention is you will get one additional charge, so you're going to get 5 hours used in total. And the mic was so bad I didn't even test it. So if you are planning to use the mic, you might want to look somewhere else. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.